Doctor Who time.
Yay! What have we got today?
Whatever's got the TARDIS.
You think it's going to have the TARDIS in it, do you? That's very presumptive.
I don't know. Last episode ended in a very interesting way.
Yeah.
Where some force had gotten the TARDIS.
Who have we got with us?
Got Donna and Martha.
Ooh!
Yeah. Two companions.
I know, unheard of. It's never happened before. You ready to see what happens?
Yes.
What's going on? Just before we start today, something you may not know about me is that I write books, actually, under a pen name, or a book, at least. I'm giving it away for free right now, as the second one is hopefully coming out later this year. There's 20 copies available, only catches I would appreciate a review. I'll post all the details in the description. Okay, let's watch the episode.
Yeah, the hand. Me in the future? Yeah, probably. Another hand. It's taking
Two of them.
Who is she?
Well, she's my daughter.
Hello.
Okay. Yep. Well, that's a concept. Yeah. Okay. Like it. Yeah. Okay. We'll see. I guess. Yeah. We'll get
Let's see
into
how this goes.
We'll get into it.
By Stephen Greenhorn.
Okay.
Means one parent is biological mother and father.
Oh, Alice Troughton again.
Is that?
Oh no. Oh. Oh no. Already explosions. Yeah, where'd Martha go?
It don't make sense, you two. No guns, no marks, no fighting you.
I mean, did you see how they arrived?
No, they didn't.
Oh, they didn't. That's right. Martha's okay.
2, 3. Generated anomaly. Generated.
I mean, yeah.
What about
That's.
that? Jenny. Jenny. I'm not a monkey. Or a child.
I mean,
So where
you
are
are.
we? What place?
You're literally a baby.
Yeah, like 10 minutes. And here are some other babies.
Yep.
Okay, so they can clone as well.
3 episodes with clones in a row.
Yeah.
It's like the stones of the key to time. Clones. Clones and stones.
We don't know if they're linked quite yet.
They weren't linked in key to time.
Well, that was the key to time.
No, but the
you know.
stones weren't linked.
No, that's true. Just zoom out a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, but I feel like I can maybe sense where this might go.
Yeah?
Some kind of
Go for it.
head-on collision, in a way.
Just stop fighting. But I didn't do anything.
You are half now.
Just so I don't know.
A war of maps.
The war's been going on a long time.
No, I'm trying to stop the fighting.
Isn't every soldier?
No.
Well, I suppose, but that's
No.
that's
It's a simple answer, Doctor.
Yeah.
technically I'm not trying to stop. I didn't.
They stop the fighting, they're out of a job.
Pretty much.
I'm going to learn so much from you. You are such a soldier. Appeared on this map thing.
Oh, that was me. Both armies are heading that way. There's going to be a bloodbath.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Come here. Listen. And then tell me where she belongs.
A sum of knowledge, a code, a shared history, a shared suffering. And he's gone now.
Kind of like how the machine built in that military history.
Gone forever.
Interesting.
And there's even more. It's 3D. Oh, you're a clever So
Upgrade.
this is where everybody...
Stay there. Don't hurt anyone.
We used to do Venusian.
Oh.
We need to teach Jenny Venusian.
Maybe that's what it is. She already knows.
That's
Life in the shadows, or come with me and stand in the open air. Feel the wind on your face.
Delightful.
perfectly delightful. Oh yeah, I'm not regretting this now. Oh, feel that breeze.
Summer breeze.
Radiation breeze. It's 3 suns. Get the sunbeds out.
What were we saying about running?
Here's an example. Oh no.
Join us in the war against the Hath. It's in your blood, girl. Don't deny it.
You didn't think that earlier when you locked her in prison.
Yeah, sending mixed messages. Oh! And that's not a mixed message.
Slide the Sonic.
I don't know, there don't seem to be as many as last time. Oh! That works too. Oh no. Oh.
It's the date. Assuming the first 2 numbers are some big old space date, then you've got year, month, day. 7 days.
7 days.
What do you mean 7 days?
7 days since war broke out.
This war started 7 days ago. Just a week. A week.
Each generation gets killed in the war, passes on the legend. Oh, Dolly,
Oh, wow, that's...
The buildings, the encampments, they're in ruins.
Martha! Oh, should have known you wouldn't stay away from all the excitement.
Is it real? Can you smell flowers?
Yes. Bougainvillea.
all of a sudden. Okay. Sure, I'll go along with it. Ah, got a nice break here.
Is this inside the spaceship?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the garden, I guess.
Is that the source? It's beautiful.
Yeah, this is it. It all happens in the garden.
And I declare this war is over.
No!
Oh!
Talk to me, Jenny.
Whoa!
I never would.
No.
Have you got that? I never would.
Clone Machine's still there, you can go and do another one. They've still got machines, just take another bit of skin, do another. You can get yourself another one.
Ah. Will it turn out the same way?
No idea.
Build a city. Home.
Enough for one day.
Hello, boys.
Ah. Oh yeah.
What are you doing? Come back.
I've an awful lot of running to do.
Okay. We'll see you for We'll see you for our reactions to Jenny Who.
That's Big Finish.
Oh, it's Big Finish.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Eventually, it took them a while to get around to it, but yeah, there are some Jenny stories in Big Finish now.
Right.
Do you want to have a guess what that episode was called?
Doctor has a daughter.
There you go,
apparently?
we got it.
Oh, is it like the Doctor's daughter?
That's
or
exactly
something?
what it is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, there's certainly a lot to talk about with this one. Yeah, getting personal for the Doctor again.
Yeah.
You know, really, yeah, kind of, yeah, delving more into, like, his psyche in a way, you know, and, like, there's a lot of on-the-nose stuff in this.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, to do with the Doctor himself, you know, but also the kind of the war themes,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
About how he, like, the trauma of the Time War and...
Yes,
the loss
that's
of
it,
people
yeah,
and
we're learning a bit more about
how he's
how he's
taken all of
dealing,
that,
yeah, more how he's dealing with it, and, you know, yeah, the questions coming up around that. Like, yeah, his stance is like, he is very much against, you know, dealing with things with violence and war and all that, but at the same time he's got that past, you know, with the Time Wars. You know, there's that
Yeah.
conversation they have, like, how different are we really? You know, I
Yeah.
guess they're trying to.
He's projecting
with
his
that.
own, you know, his own past, what he's had to do on the other soldiers, because he doesn't. He's never had this with like the Brigadier or with UNIT.
No,
or
he's
they-
just
with
kind of been
anybody
there as an
else.
advisor.
Yeah,
you
he's
know.
always got along perfectly well, relatively, with them, and it does feel odd to see him now so anti-soldier when he is not really that different.
Yeah.
But actually, at the same time, is not a soldier because, you know, Shield says, "Isn't every soldier trying to stop the fighting?" Well,
No.
they're trying to.
No,
They're trying to
they're
win the
part of it.
fighting. Like, yeah, if they were trying to stop, they would put down a gun. wouldn't
Exactly.
they?
You can't play a game if there's no game to play. if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I think it gets some of its arguments wrong. I personally think that it's a little misguided in some of the things that it's trying to explore. But at the same time, a lot of the other stuff I think is also really good that it's trying to explore, like how the Doctor has dealt with this past that we haven't seen.
It did remind me a little bit of Planet of the Ood, you know,
Yeah.
in the way that it deals with a certain topic, but
Sure.
kind of, I guess, not in a really. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, it deals with it, like it, and it definitely has some things to say, but it's like felt just very on the nose. Like,
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's the scene where he breaks the thing. Did remind me a bit of like the song and how it like
And
brings
suddenly-
people
yeah,
together.
Yes,
You know,
you're
I think-
absolutely right. Actually, it's
Yeah.
the exact same ending as that.
I just get that same feeling. You know, it's a little bit I don't know, a bit easy.
I do know what you mean. He's like, "Don't ever fight again." All right, okay, we'll put our guns down and we'll
Yeah.
hug each other.
But
yeah.
then of course right after that, when Jenny gets shot,
Yes.
that you know
which is
that
kind
was
of
really
yeah.
you know just I mean yeah, we're gonna say what a surprise anyway. But then what he says about you know how he wouldn't, and I mean. But then again, he says that, and when he
has
was
done.
holding the gun on Gob, it's like, yeah, he has.
He has in the
He's-
past.
Well, I remember that he used lasers against aliens, but yeah, the more realistic aspect of it, like
He's-
when the Doctor wields real weapons, like like in
It's interesting because this is the Graham Harper thing, isn't it? A gun feels more a pistol that shoots bullets feels more real than lasers.
yeah.
And this is why Graham Harper always uses machine guns, because it feels
Yeah.
more brutal. If you notice that in all of Graham Harper's
well, this
directors-
wasn't Graham Harper.
No, it wasn't.
But I know what you mean. Like, yeah, that cliffhanger in Caves of Androzani,
Yeah.
the lineup, that is one of the
Exactly.
the shockers.
But, you know, the Doctor shot lasers at Ogrons.
Yes, that's what I was talking about. The Day
He
of the
shot
Daleks.
Omega with a laser. He's shot the Cybermen with lasers. He's shot before
Yeah,
quite
but it's
a lot.
like, and again, I think it's the fact that maybe something about it being human. You know, maybe that it's just like it's
It's
less
slightly different,
It's
isn't it?
more. It feels more real, like, in a way, because it's like it's
When the Daleks are villain, it's okay to shoot them. When it's the human that's the villain, it's suddenly not okay. And whoa, what's going on? He can't do this.
yeah.
But I don't think that's a problem with the writing. More so, it just shows how out of touch with himself the 10th Doctor is.
yeah, he's going through a lot, and he's like, yeah,
When he says, I've been a father before, you think back to
Yeah.
Susan. What would he have done if
Grandmother,
Susan had been killed like that? What would the first Doctor have done? I think he would have been similar.
yeah.
I think he would have had
Probably.
that kind of a reaction.
I mean, that's something else as well. There's the idea of the Doctor's like actual family, because yes, we know Susan from the very beginning, but I don't think we've seen much else
No.
of his closer
No.
family.
No, the family are the people he travels with.
Yeah, there's that, but yeah. So aside from those kind of main story elements, there was also just the traversal, the action. There's little.
The plot's very simple. It's
Yeah,
a very, very simple plot line, and I think it's the gimmick of having, the Doctor's got a daughter now, which is a gimmick, and that's why it's the title, is to get people, what's going on? That feels like a gimmick, and it's more like a vehicle for some of those discussions. There's very little, I think, other than that. It's a very very simple episode.
Yeah, it pretty much is. I mean, yeah, wasn't too much to comment on throughout.
No.
You know, it was just kind of watching it and like, yeah, this is all happening. You know.
The date thing's pretty neat with the whole. It's actually only been on for a week. That's quite
Yeah,
nice
I
twist.
actually really like. Yes, yeah, Donna's. Yeah, like she basically cracked it there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shows
no,
how good Donna is, and Martha, I think, just coming back shows how amazing she is as well. You know,
Yeah, she
walking
got-
over the radiated surface.
Yeah, yeah, she definitely got a good kind of another send off. You know, when's she going up next? I don't know.
I like
but-
it though. I like
yeah.
that. I like that.
Yeah, it was good to see her for one more, well, 3 more episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, just putting her doctor skill stickers.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
saving that hat in the beginning. Yeah, and then there was a little journey there without the hat, and yeah, who ended up sacrificing herself.
Yeah.
You know, it's there's something about like the cost of lives in like, you know, wars and all that there. Yeah. There's things to this episode, even if there's,
Yeah.
you know, it doesn't
Sure.
all work, but there's things there, and it's, you know, it's like it's kind of entertaining. You know, you kind of, I don't know, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Like, I don't know, it's just, again, it's one of those episodes where it's just interesting to see how it plays out.
Again, it's exploring that gimmick, really. All
I
right.
suppose it is.
I'm reading the comments now for actually this video. It's interesting. I've got this time travel phone here, and I'm
Okay.
reading the comments.
right.
And they're actually telling me, you know, that the actor, that's interesting, 'cause I didn't know this, is that the actor who's playing the Doctor's daughter,
Right.
do you know her real name? Do you recognise her at all?
No, not
She's
particularly.
called Georgia Moffat. Who,
Moffat.
Yeah, Moffat. Who
Yeah,
else
like
has that?
Stephen Moffat.
Like Stephen, do you know anyone else in Doctor Who history who has that surname? So there's the director, Peter Moffat. Do you remember that? Who did the 5 Doctors
Okay.
and a few
Right.
others around the Peter Davison era.
Right.
And do you know Peter Davison's real name?
His real name Peter Moffat.
His real name's Peter Moffat,
Right.
and that's his daughter.
Oh. Okay. Wow, that's okay. Right.
So she is the Doctor's daughter.
Yeah. The 5th.
Yeah. Do you know
Yeah.
her name? Do you know who she's married to?
No.
David Tennant.
Well, there you go. There you go. It's all
In real life.
okay. Yeah. It's all yeah. Okay. Right.
The Doctor's daughter.
And
The Doctor's daughter. And the
The
Doctor's,
Doctor's
wife.
wife. Yeah. I mean.
And I think she should play the 14th Doctor as well, because then she'd be the Doctor.
Oh yes, it all comes full circle.
Should be
Okay,
her
well
own-
there you go.
Should be her own daughter. Don't know how that works.
Yeah, that Jenny is like, I don't know. Oh no, this is something about like the
Generated
mother and the
anomaly.
father being the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's like
yeah.
it's like the single organism reproduction. I think they said
yeah, the kind of
cloning. It's cloning.
yeah.
It is cloning.
Ah, well there you go.
So
then.
we'll see you next time for when we have more clones.
Yes, the 4th clone story.
Fives all round. Mine's
Yours
yellow.
disappointing 5.
Yeah, I think it has a lot of potential to be better
Okay.
with the lore, and I think some of the plot could have been a bit more interesting.
Right.
It's a bit too gimmicky for me as well.
Okay. Yeah.
And
So
it does things that some of the discussions and points it make I don't quite agree with.
you would have wanted more of that like Time War backstory. Then that's.
I think that
kind
would have
of
been
what you
interesting. I don't know if it would have been better without it, actually.
wanted. I don't know because
For
I.
me, to an extent, it kind of reminds me of Underworld. Do you remember that has like super Time Lord lore in it,
Is it?
and it just feels a little bit like it would have been better without it.
Oh.
Once again, adding Time Lords into things kind of for me just feels like it makes it a bit boring,
Really?
and I'm not
Okay.
all that interested in Gallifrey and Time Lord history and Time
Okay.
Wars and things like that.
I
You know,
don't
the
know.
Deadly Assassin does it best because it's taking the mickey out of all of that lore.
You just
that
don't
isn't
like-
even there.
You just don't like the whole Time Lord
I
Gallifrey
personally,
thing,
I think it's got potential. I think
Hmm.
it could be great,
right?
but they're never really presented particularly well. If you think about Arc of Infinity, if you think about the 5
Okay.
Doctors,
You
And
just
Time Lords are never really that interesting in that.
Mm.
Kind of just stand around.
They're
and
the
makes-
sci-fi people. Like they're kind of just
They wear the big
like they're
ceremonial costumes, which are in the Deadly Assassin. This always cracks me up. In the Deadly Assassin, it says these ceremonial robes are scarcely worn, and that's like a line in that. And then they're just in every single Calibray story afterwards. They wear these all the time.
they're back in the trend.
They decided to get them out again after what happened in Deadly Assassin.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally didn't mind the mention of the war because it makes some sense.
It's integral to the plot, really.
Yeah.
But I think, again, maybe it would require a lot of reworking. But
So-
I think it had potential to be a bit more interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's because, again, we've had kind of similar stuff like this. I don't know.
Yeah, we have.
You know.
You're right. Yeah, I didn't even realise that ending was so Planet of the Ood.
But hey, it wasn't, like, bad. It was
No.
just,
No, absolutely not.
yeah, it was, it was an okay episode, I mean, like, I wouldn't, like, yeah, it's not one that I would dread going back, like, watching again.
It's one that you're going to think of, like, later down the line. Oh, do you remember that episode, The Doctor's Daughter? What happened in it? Oh, it had the Doctor's Daughter in it.
And there was a war going on.
I don't even know if you remember that. Like, go
Really?
down the line.
I
no.
think
Maybe.
that's a pretty big thing in this. Like, I don't...
Do you remember what happened in Underworld?
There was bad
There you go.
colour separated
There you
overlay.
go.
But
That's
that
the gimmick
was...
of that, and I think the Doctor's Daughter is the gimmick of this, and you're not really going to remember. Not you personally, like the
Yeah.
audience. Generally will forget everything else that happens. That brilliant date thing will be lost because the episode's The Doctor's Daughter.
I mean, it's Donna's kind of moment in this.
But it's so overshadowed by the gimmick.
Well, time...
Again,
will-
do you remember anything else that happened in Underworld? There was some great stuff in episode 1. You don't remember a single
I
thing.
remember it not having as much of the green screen or blue.
But you're only remembering it in terms of that one thing that overshadows everything else. A lot of that is that for the Time Lords is that there's these people that are trying to steal the regeneration energy, and it's gone wrong, and they're like immortal, and they can't stop it.
Yeah.
Or was that Mordred Undead? No,
that was afterwards.
That was afterwards. See, I'm even getting confused about Underworld. now.
And there's so much classic Who, and it was years ago that we watched.
There's some Time Lordy weird stuff in Underworld, and then it just goes.
Do we even have a reaction for Underworld?
Absolutely not. All right.
But yeah, that was The Doctor's Daughter.
Yeah.
We'll see you for the next episode where it will just be the Doctor and Donna.
Yeah.
Probably. Outro.
Outro.